Hello once again and welcome to Euroman Movie Report. Yesterday I was out Christmas shopping and while I was standing in line at the local bookstore, a person came up to me and said, "Hi, aren't you Frederick who reviews movies online?" And I said, "Yes, I'm Frederick." And this person gave me a movie ticket and said if I would review this film. So I paid for the books and went to the local movie theatre and gave him the ticket to the movie theatre employee, and I was directed to the theatre hall where this movie was shown. And I sat down and watched the film, and I must say, this is the worst film I have seen of 2012. And of course I'm talking about Twilight, Breaking the Dawn, Part 2. In this film we follow Bella and Edward, the vampire and the now vampire, after they have been married and they had a child and yada yada yada. And Bella, Kristen Stewart, she was turned into a vampire in the previous film, and they had this daughter and who is growing extremely fast. And in this film, the story is so mediocre. I say to myself, how in God's name are these Twilight films so extremely popular? But I'll never understand why they are so popular, but I guess, there's a lot of things that I don't understand. But the child that Edward and Bella had in the previous film is growing at a very fast rate, and that there are these Italian vampires where the leader of that vampire clan, I don't remember that vampire clan's name and I simply don't care. This clan is led by Michael Sheen, the guy who played, among other roles, Tony Blair in The Queen, and they are pissed at the Cullens because it's something I don't understand. It's 100% that vampires aren't allowed to have children, because if vampires have children then all hell breaks loose. So of course the Italian vampires, who are like the big bosses of the vampire world, they want to kill this vampire child. And then of course the Cullens, the vampire family which Bella, played by Kristen Stewart, married into, they don't want that to happen, and blah blah blah. And then we have a lot of we have a mediocre story and yada yada yada, mediocre dialogue, mediocre acting in a mediocre movie. So this film sucked. I know that I am not the target audience, but it's simply, I could talk about this film for hours because it's simply pointless. I watched the first Twilight film, not realizing my mistake in 2008. I thought this was a real vampire film, but it wasn't. And I should have realized that back in 2008 when I saw these teenage girls coming into the theatre hall before the movie started. And I guess if it had been a real vampire film, then they of course would have stayed away. But anyway, there's a happy ending and blah blah blah, the end. And I must say, the acting, as I said, is mediocre. Kristen Stewart, we all know she can't act. We saw her last in Snow White and the Huntsman, and she still, I don't understand why Kristen Stewart has to bare her teeth, and then she has this godless, soulless eyes, and I simply don't get it why she has become so famous and popular, because she can't act. And of course there's a short cameo by another Hollywood person who can't act either. I'm of course referring to Dakota Fanning. But Dakota Fanning, she hasn't any lines in this film, so thank God for that. And of course then there is Taylor Lautner, who have having had his rise to fame thanks to the Twilight films, he can't act either. So we have three people in one movie who can't act, so a complete disaster in my opinion. But anyway, Robert Pattinson, who plays Edward, he is a capable actor, and we have seen him in films like Waters for Elephants, where Robert Pattinson showed that he can't act. Robert Pattinson showed that he can act. So let's hope to see him in films to come, and let's hope that we don't see Kristen Stewart in any more movies to come. But I don't have power over Hollywood, so I guess we will see her in a lot of other films to come too. So yeah, what else is there to say? The photography is one good thing about this film. It's we have all these nature environments, and that's quite good to look at, but it doesn't make up for the fact that this is a terrible film, and it shouldn't have been put on, it shouldn't have been made into a film because the acting, the story is so terrible. If I'm gonna rate it, I would say 1 out of 5 Coca-Cola bottles, but that's only for the photography. If you want to watch a vampire film which is better put together, is better than Twilight, I recommend that you go watch, when it's released on DVD and Blu-ray, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, which in my opinion is a much better vampire film, and generally a much better film when the entire set of Twilight movies put together. That's it. Euroman of Euroman's Movie Report. Euroman of Euroman's Movie Report signing off, wishing every one of my viewers a pleasant weekend, and I will return in my next movie review. Bye for now.